Well, hey guys and gals, welcome back to my workshop. Last couple trucks I painted kind of didn't turn out so well, so I had to redeem myself and paint something finally that turned out very well. I'm very happy with the way this paint on this truck turned out. There's no flaws on it anywhere. So we're going to do this truck today somehow. Only problem that I found with it, I was kind of ticked that I didn't notice it before I painted it, but I don't even know if you're going to make it out on the camera or not. There's two stamping spots here on the hood, or the front fenders. This little spot right here, it's a little bit high. When you spin the truck around, maybe this side sticks out a little bit more. See this right here, I should have ground those off a little bit before I painted it, but I didn't see it until afterwards. I was going over this truck with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that everything turned out the way it was supposed to, and there was no flaws in the paint. You can see how close up it is. There's nothing. This paint turned out perfect. So, thought today, since this thing is screwed up in the front, what am I going to do? Got to do something. So I thought about maybe doing a parts box build, and I tell you guys parts box build, but half my shop is parts, so I thought maybe I'd show you a little bit of my parts boxes. Okay, parts box number one. I mean, like I said, I have trucks and cars everywhere, piled in boxes, and pieces, parts piled everywhere. This one here, I'm almost embarrassed to show you this one. I mean, they're just piled in 5, 6, 7 deep. You know, there's good trucks in there that probably shouldn't be in there, but that's just where they are. Come down here and I'll show you the side. Just what all's in this box. I mean, there's just tons and tons of cool truck parts. But wait, I got more. I got this box here full of stuff. You can tell those were transferred in from a different box. I think the box they were in kind of disintegrated, so I just kind of piled all of them in here. That's why these are all full of dust. There's normally a lid on this box. And these are some overflows, a few more. You know, projects that I was planning on doing something with, and I just haven't gotten around to it. See, this is kind of sad. You got Stacy David's truck sitting in there. So yeah, that should not be in there, but yeah, like I said, I've got parts and parts and parts and parts. And then if I can't find enough there, as you can see over here, there's just trucks and parts and pieces everywhere. Over here, this is my latest. This is where I picked most of my pieces from. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. As you can see, there's a few square bodies in there that still need some work on. And then if I don't find anything here, I have my junkyard. I steal pieces and parts and trucks out of here all the time. You see a bunch of open spaces. That's just where I'll pull something out of here. So I'll go through here every once in a while, and I'll add a few more trucks to it because I've picked a few of them out of it. So I've got pieces for days. So now we just got to determine what we're going to do with this truck. So what y'all think? See where I'm going with this? It's not really quite period correct, but it's close. We can make it look like a homemade tow truck. I don't know if we'll paint that bed. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with that bed. Do I want to paint it? Do I want to leave it yellow? I kind of like having the all the writing on there, so if I paint it, we're going to lose that. I can paint the handles back on. That's not a big deal. I can paint taillights and everything back on. That's not a big deal, but I'm not real sold on that yellow yet, so I'm trying to figure this out. So let me know in the comments, did you guys see something in that parts box that you could build or would build, or have a better idea that I should have done for this build? Let me know. Alright, y'all. So, it's been about a week, and I have not touched this truck since then. Life just takes over sometimes. That and it's been bugging me. That hood has been driving me nuts. Anyway, I saw a real funny thing the other day on YouTube, and as a girl, she said something about the fact that the only way you get views on YouTube anymore is you got to have a girl in a bikini in the video. So I thought for the rest of this video, let's try that theory out. So here is my girl in a bikini. We're going to have her in the video. What do you think about that? Anyway, I can't get over this hood. Oh, look at her. She can't even stand up. With those little humps on the hood, that's just driving me nuts, and it's killing me. So I've decided that I'm just going to nix this build. So we'll stick our bikini girl over here and see if we can't leave her on, keep her on there. So I've decided we're going to try something different. I have this Chevy truck. Real pretty truck. Real nice paint job on this thing. Let's make this into a flatbed. What do you think about that? So I've already got started, and this flatbed is going to fit on here pretty well. As you can see, width looks good. She looks a little short, but you know, she's sitting on the tire, so once we jack it up here a little bit, the headache rack should be right about where we want it. And we're going to paint this thing, I don't know, I'm thinking aluminum, or I don't know, maybe white, but I think aluminum would probably be better. And we'll go with that. Maybe we'll put some toolboxes in there. Maybe we'll put some fuel tanks in there. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that out. Maybe we'll slip some mud flaps in there. I might have an extra pair or two. Maybe we'll make a pair. We'll see. So, but I think that's what we're going to try to go with this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out if I'm going to paint this bed white or if I'm going to paint it aluminum, and I'm assuming aluminum's probably going to win. So, if you ever find yourself in an issue and you're wanting to paint something and you don't have anywhere to clamp something to that won't affect your paint job, what I do is I will just put a little dab of glue on a popsicle stick and stick it to the bottom. This way you've got full flexibility. You can move it around, everything gets painted. I'm going to paint the bottom of this black anyway, so it won't matter. Once I snap the glue off, give it a little bit of sanding, you'll never know that I even did that. Other thing, if you see in the back, made it to Wally World today, found 2 more of these white blazers, so I'm thinking about I might change one of them over to all chrome instead of the black. We'll see how that works. So maybe not this video, maybe we'll see. Alright y'all, while I was waiting for the paint on the flatbed to dry, I decided to work on one of my blazers. Don't mind that girl. She just keeps popping up in the shots. She has to be in every shot. I don't understand her problem. Anyway, we'll work around her. So I took this black one, which this is the way it came. Black grill, black bumpers. Real good looking truck. Might be a 74, maybe. Nice white top. And I went and I painted one black. So I think that don't look too bad on there. And then I found another one that has the chrome on it. A black cap with the chrome. So I just decided to let's go a little further with that. So I got some chrome wheels on this one. Changed out the bumper. We got a chrome bumper on this one. Got a truck bumper on this one. Maybe I'll put a tow hitch on there. I'm not sure yet. Changed out the grill and the front bumper. This top don't want to stay on there. I'm going to take it off. And then we changed the engine in it. So this one was a bear. That engine, that grill did not want to come off, and then the new one didn't want to go on. I'll tell you, I fought this one. I ended up having to rubber band it on there and leave it set overnight, but I think it turned out pretty good. So I got the chrome version and the black version. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that black top on there or leave this one. That's stock. That's the way it came. So anyway, I changed one. I got a black and white one, and I got a chrome and black and white one, I guess you could say. So which one do you guys like better? I think I'm more into the chrome because I always like chrome. I'm old school, I guess. So anyway, get those out of the way. The truck, I got the bed painted. I got it all aluminum. Got all the lights and everything painted. 802 Customs makes an amazing bed. The way his castings are, they're raised just enough to where you can get the paint on there and it doesn't run, and they come out looking perfect. So think about checking him out and getting you some good equipment from him. 802customs.com. You go there and he will give you 15% off your first order if you use Backwoods in the checkout. So check him out. Go to 802customs.com. Save yourself some money. Go to his website. Don't go to eBay because eBay fees and everything, so you're paying more. So go directly to his website. I'll leave all that information in the description below. Don't forget to check that out. And while I'm at it, if y'all like this, think about liking, subscribing. I build a lot of trucks, and I got a diorama that I'm working on. So yeah, check me out. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this bed on there. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I have any tanks that I can put on there in there that'll look like a diesel tank, or if we're just going to jam a toolbox in there. And then I have these mud flaps that I actually got from a Dodge Ram. You flip it around the other side, you can just barely see, maybe you can't. There's a ghost Ram there. If I turn it just right, you can see the Ram in there. So those are on there, but that's not a big deal. You won't be able to really tell it when they're on there. And if it does show, we'll just paint it. So let's get this glued on here, and I'll find some more pieces, parts for it, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so got the bed on. I added some air horns. If you can't see that, I think that looks pretty sweet on there. Just doing something a little different. So we got the toolboxes on. I got the mud flaps on. I added another toolbox here that also I get from 802 Customs. You'll find that on his website too. And then she's coming along. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some mirrors to this old girl, and she should be in good shape. And what I'm going to use for mirrors is some Mac mirrors, Mac truck mirrors, you can see. I get these from 802 Customs. These are the first set that I've actually used from him, so we're going to put these on there and see how they look. Also, what I've been doing is I had a buddy of mine stop by, and he actually wants the Gray Ghost. So we're finishing up building that truck, and then he's going to take it home with him. So we are building that truck also. So hang tight. I'll be back with the finished products. All right, y'all. Got them done. I think they look pretty good. I got the mirrors on the C-60. They are Mac mirrors, but I still think they look good on there. And she's just about finished. Let's push this back. Yep, knocked over our bikini girl. I think she looks pretty good. 1970 C-60 was a pickup. It was the perfect length having the 10-foot bed on there, because I didn't have to stretch this thing, and I put the 8-foot bed on there, and I put the wheels right in the right spot towards the back. And most of them, they always end up in the middle, and they look too short. I think this bed being longer made this work out perfectly. Let's take this toolbox off. I didn't glue that on. I got the mud flaps on there. You see I got all the taillights and everything painted. I got toolboxes on there. One thing I didn't show you earlier, didn't mention to you, this side here was a little rough. This is one of the misprint beds he sent me, and I forgot to sand this side off, so we're just going to have to deal with that mess there. So, and again, it's all in how you display it, right? So I think this turned out pretty good. I see got the air horns on there. Like I said, those are the Mac mirrors. I think she turned out sweet. And this is also another one of 802 Customs boxes. I thought it'd look pretty good on there, leaving it white. Kind of matched the cab a little bit, so I think it ties in pretty well. What do y'all think of that? So let's see here. This is the truck we started out to build to begin with, and then I ended up, a buddy of mine stopped by, and he liked the truck, didn't care that the fenders had the screw up on it, said he wanted it. So he sat here and we designed it and decided what to do. And what I ended up doing is taking the grill, the front bumper, and the rear bumper off of the white Blazer that I showed you earlier in the video. I took all that off of there and I swapped them, and I put the black on this one. We didn't think about it till the end. I do have a set of black rims that are just like this, but they're still on a truck in a package, and we just didn't do that. This truck was already pretty much done at that point. So see, we got the tail lights and everything painted back on, so this truck's good to go. It does not have an engine because he's going to put his own engine in there. So other than that, oh, and I fixed it so the hood opens. Seems a lot of these M2 trucks now lately are coming that the hoods don't open. Both of those Blazers that I showed you earlier in the video, the hoods on those didn't open. I had to fix those. So hopefully that's not a new thing. Anyway, hope y'all like this. If you did, think about liking, subscribing. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on eBay. Don't forget to order from 802customs.com. Your first order, you get 15% off your entire order. It's a heck of a deal. Just put backwoods in the when you do the checkout. And then all his information will be in the description below. Don't forget to come back. Y'all have a good day. Hope you had a good 4th of July. Don't forget to come back. Bye now.